Hey everyone, Carter D coming. Just set up before this video starts that the summer of chaotic will have a moment next week not being chaotic. And it's on something we did at the beginning before summer chaotic, Dungeon Crawl Carl. But more of that video at the end of the video for the flight of change. Now, further ado, let's talk about Chaos. Chaotic's best second main human character and the main friend who's completely crazy to anyone on Earth. Let's begin. Cass, who's basically our main best friend slash second main character. This video is mostly going to talk about mostly his two main Earth episodes, Earth to Cass and Chaotic Crisis. More specifically, Chaotic Crisis at the beginning of this half, plus maybe the middle of a season 2 episode, a beginning of season two's first two-parter. What is it? We're about to find out. Let's begin. We're starting off this topic today about Chaotic Crisis, episode 30 or 31, which is basically an episode that changes everything we know about the show. Kinda. This episode starts off with Cass creating a machine on Earth, and basically, he creates it. And this is a weird episode because this tells you something's off. I won't say it now, but at the end of the segment, I will explain. Got that? Good. Then suddenly, Cass sleeps, and he wakes up. The overworld has been taken over by freaking the literal chaotic has been taken over by the creatures. I am not kidding. They do that. They attack. They explode. The base gets destroyed. Everyone gets back on Earth. Now the creatures are in the real world, actual Earth. They battle. They fight. Cod loses Scanner. They discovered the main villain of the episode was the teacher. Turns out it was all a dream. Yes. This episode is a good episode to explain Kaz's hopes and dreams of a character, in the sense that he wants to prove to people that it is real, even if it's like freaking insane. And if you saw the first episode, Cam thought he was insane, but wrong. Point is, keeping a secret sometimes is good. Some secrets are good, some secrets bad. Feel like with the lore stuff with the Composite Defense Corps, I feel like great about that, but that's another story for another day for the main base. This is the effort base after all, which has better value or whatever, but sorry about that with lore details. And god damn it, what is it? God damn it, what is god damn. Okay, why is Bion a protogen now? Yeah, I don't know. It's just because he's technically a freaking robot. He's a furry now. We might do a video on it when this during the release of this video. Okay, got that. Sorry. Yeah, I just did a detail from the future to the present. I don't know. But the point is, back to the point. Next episode we're going to talk about is episode 7 and 6, 7. Yes, I just said that. Season 2's 6, 7, 6, 7. You stupid people. But the point is, this episode's about promoting our seed sets 2 and 3 Underworlders. This episode is good, but it's also a plot point for the Marillion invasion, which we're going to talk about next in 2 weeks and 3 weeks, because that's an epic saga that's so big, we're doing 2 videos on it. Got that? Good. But anyhow, point is, this episode, Kaz is doing something with KR. He gets captured that, well, Tom, Peyton, and Sarah, yes, our 2 other main characters, Peyton and Sarah, who are Damien for Sarah and Peyton being Mapedian. But basically, this episode is weird because technically Tom, Peyton, and Sarah are in the overall chasm underworld, and KR starts a plan to steal Kiru City and steal the battle gear, which he does, but I will explain in a moment. Basically, this episode has a lot of set 2 and 3 cards for Underworld. That's a product placement. Good episode, very badass and great, but the biggest problem of this episode as it goes long, and also the freaking Damien putting him a battle gear car vehicle that has Mepedian invisibility, which is kind of badass, kind of cool, kind of cool, unique. But that's weird. I don't know if they made a card of it, so leave a comment below if they did. I'm not sure. But basically, this episode, they do that. We get introduced to Tenga Toborn officially in Param form for the first time, I think. Technically, he does that. He acknowledged that Tom and Max are now friends. Sort of detail. They do that. They do that. They battle. And part two begins with Kaz revealing he betrayed everyone, of not telling everyone, and it's like a whole episode because of Tom, and they have an argument that gets fixed at the end of part two. But basically, do that. They battle. A Boldo, our weapons slash accountant person. Yes, our counted droopy basically is like saying, "Oh, Matt, KRY, we yeah, I'm just hosting you by stealing. Oh God, he's still in the battle gear. Oh God." And it's like he grabs the battle gear and it's like, "Tell me how you work this." And basically Bundle's like, "Oh yeah, the telebracer to teleport." And do that. They do a battle between Maxor versus the sword guy, who's like a mouth sort of creature from this Stephen King book, The Langoliers. Looks like a Langolier face person, demon looking character, battles that demon person with limbs and sword fight. While Maxor uses the freaking, I kid you not, the freaking sort of Kayat, which is like a set 2 card that was our first set 2 card we see in season 1, but technically that's what freaking um, take a Toborn. But yeah, point is they do that. Tom, Tom, Tom and Kale now got telebracers. And next up is our last episode for today, an episode that talks about the consequences of Kaz's character on Earth in episode 20, Earth to Kaz, which is one of the better Earth episodes, but it's actually, I think, a fan favorite from Brian Gannon, maybe, the creator Chaotic. Maybe it's one of the later episodes, better episodes. And also, the problem with season 2 that I'm just going to say right now is a lot of the episodes have mouth shock moments. Get used to that. Like, the whole show has, like, mouth shocking moments at the last frame of every scene. There's only one episode that doesn't have that trope, which is kind of weird. And I think this is the episode that maybe happens one time instead of like 2 or 3 times. Technically, this episode's weird because it's also after Sam Shady returns for a brief moment where Kaz is like, "Sam Shady, I need you to type in a phone call. Call to this number now to explain." And yes, the scanner is technically a phone in this episode with a separate phone. Kind of weird because they predicted phones in the pilot, but at the time it was still sci fi. What they predicting the future 1 year off? You make the call. Basically, do that. This episode's great, technically kind of funny, explaining how the science works a little as like the stuff pain calls doesn't work. Second attempt is by using a Marillion. Scan the Marillion. Kaz is like, it's a black card, not realizing that because this episode is filler. Technically, that. The Tom admits his secret to pay Kaz, which I won't say, but basic that. Also, this episode has Kaz's mom as the main antagonist of the episode. Technically, she's like, something is off. Even if I don't know what it is, I feel like calling you was a bad idea sort of moment. They do that, everything goes back to normal. And some random kid talks about knowing Kaz by online, and the cat guy's like, that's weird. And that's how the episode ends. Basically, this episode is filler, but technically it's the good episode displaying consequences of a character who tells the truth of a fantasy place, even if there's no proof or reason that she shouldn't tell people that, because that's not the right thing to do if you have a secret. Got that? Good. Leave a comment down below if you like Kaz, and sorry that I talked about hearing because we're going to talk about during the storyline of freaking Marillion Saga, but that's for 2 weeks. Next time, we're going to take a little break of Summer Chaotic to talk about a book series that everyone loves now, and yeah, we're going to talk about more about it. Dungeon Crawler Book 2 review, or a review of books 2 to 4, because that's like an arc for the role playing game. What is that? What it means that? You have to find out. You come and saying bye bye. And link down below if you like these videos. Come and saying bye bye officially now. For now.